Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Logan Blackman Show video. I am excited to do this video today because we are going to take a look at the 2024 Copa America knockout stage. As you remember, before the tournament started, we did our entire predictions video. We went through the entire group stage, went through the entire knockout stage. But now that we know each team that's in the knockout stage, I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through it again and just, get a more accurate representation of how this tournament or how I think will go now that we know what's happened in the group stage. And you get it, right? But before we get into any of that, let's make sure to follow the Logan Blackman Show on every single form of social media. Check out all the links in the description below for links to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the Logan Blackman Show podcast on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Now, let's get right into the video. Now, in front of me right now, I've got the knockout stage for the 2024 Copa America. As you can see, on the left side of the bracket, you got Argentina taking on Ecuador. And that one kind of surprised me a little bit in regards to how Ecuador did in this tournament. I think that first game against Venezuela really was a shock to the senses, at least for me. Now, Enter Valencia obviously had a red card in that game, but that's not that important in the grand scheme of things. They will be taking on Argentina. Venezuela, who went through the group on 9 points, very impressively went to the group on 9 points, are taking on Canada, who amazingly made it out of the group stage in Copa America. And that one, I wish I could take back a little bit in the prediction video because of the fact that I even brought up that the likes of Chile and the likes of Peru were getting older, and Canada, with all that speed, would be able to counteract the experience and physicality potentially of what those two teams had. Now, Canada didn't make it easy, but still made it to the knockout stage, so that's all that really matters. Then obviously next, we've got the likes of Brazil taking on Uruguay. We're in a second in the group to Colombia, who'll be taking on, where's the United States? Why is the United States not in the knockout stage of this tournament? What is happening? This has to be a misprint, right? This has to be a misprint. Am I missing something? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Is he going to pop out somewhere and just go you've been punked? Is that what's going to happen here? Is Rio Ferdinand going to pop out and do it? Did I get murked?
You got murked. 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 You just got murked.
Is that what's happening right now? Did the United States really not make it out of the group stage of the 2024 Copa America on home soil? There's no way. There's no way. That can't happen, right? That's impossible. That's absolutely impossible. In the existence of the Copa America, not one single host nation has failed to qualify out of the group stage. Not a single one. The United States, we're really telling me right now, the United States did not qualify out of the group that featured the likes of Bolivia, who's the 85th ranked team in the world, and Panama, a team that, again, no disrespect, I can't put the no disrespect out there as much as possible because of the fact Panama's a good team. They always cause the U.S. problems. Obviously, we talked about the 2023 Gold Cup where they knocked them out on penalties, but the United States should not be struggling in this group. What did we say before the tournament started? When we were doing our preview for the 2024 Copa America, what did we say? We sat here, right in this very spot, and said that this group is so straightforward, not even Gregg Berhalter can mess this one up. I saw a quote today regarding this group. This group is so straightforward for the United States, not even Gregg Berhalter can mess this one up. But hey, don't challenge him. Don't challenge. He likes to challenge. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. You know what's even funnier in regards to this whole thing is that I said that I wouldn't be too shocked if the group ended up going 9-6-3-0 in regards to the point tally in the group. I did not expect the United States to be the team sitting from the outside looking in with 3 points with 2 losses to their names in this group. That is not what I expected at all, and yet here we are. The United States in the most important time in their history in regards to the development of soccer and the popularity of soccer in this country, the most important time we are hosting the oldest tournament, the oldest international tournament in the world in the Copa America. We are also hosting, jointly with Mexico and Canada, the 2026 World Cup. These are very important times that cannot be messed around, and guess what? The United States decided to go and mess around anyways and find themselves out of the group. We were sitting there against Uruguay, that last group game, begging Bolivia to get a result against Panama. That's how down bad the United States was going into Monday night. That's how down bad everything was. We are sitting here praying that Bolivia, of all teams, the 85th ranked national team in the world, come away with a win against Panama. And this is a Bolivia team, mind you, not only ranked 85th, a Bolivia team that has scored this many goals in the tournament and had shipped 7 up to that point. Now that the game's over and the tournament's over, Bolivia has shipped 10 goals because they ended up losing the game 3-1. But that's not before that Panama let them back into the game. Panama was obviously up early in the game. Bolivia scored a goal in like the 68th minute or something like that. And I was at the game down in Kansas City. I got the sunburns to prove it because we went to a Royals game before. Did not provide the correct level of SPF, I guess you could say. But that's besides the point. That game with Bolivia scoring, everybody and their mom in the game that was at the game, that was at their house, wherever, was checking that Bolivia game to see if the most unlikely outcome would happen. And there it is. Bolivia scores a goal to make it 1-1. And you want to know what our fearless leader did right after that happened? Because the whole crowd, you could feel the buzz. The crowd picked up after Bolivia scored that goal. Like, instantly picked up. You want to know what Berhalter did? If you haven't seen it, I'd be kind of shocked at this point. He went 1-1. What did we also say in the Uruguay video? Berhalter better not say shit to any of the players about what's going on in the Bolivia-Panama game. That should never happen. It shouldn't. Control what you can control. Why are you looking behind you? That result doesn't matter if you don't win or get some sort of result here. That is null and void. You have to get a result. Stop worrying about what they're doing. This is the exact same shit that happened in the 2022 World Cup, where the United States has the result. You saw it against Panama. They have the draw against Panama. They sit back. They bring on an extra defender. They bring on Johnny Cardoso to get a little bit more defensive while taking off Giovanni Reina. And you saw it in the 2022 World Cup again against Wales. Sit back. Invite pressure. Wales score. Maybe could have lost that game. And you look against Iran. Pulisic scores that goal right before halftime. We're sitting with a 5-4-1 formation, baby. Soccer terrorism right there, right in front of our very eyes. We are so comfortable with this team. The entire national team setup is damn comfortable, and it's so infuriating. Why are you okay with drawing? Why do you want to risk drawing? Why are you telling your players that, hey, that game's 1-1 now. We don't need to try as hard to score anymore because if we just hold on the draw here, we're going through. Why are you banking on Bolivia getting a result here? And I don't want to come off like super like down on Bolivia, but come on. Why are we begging a result for Bolivia? That is such an insane mentality to have. And the players, it's rubbed off on them as well. Like you heard Pulisic before the game. He was like, maybe I'm going to step back on my comments about like, oh, this is the game of our lives or something like that. Maybe I need to step back a little bit. I was a little bit emotional after the game. Yeah, you should be. You should be emotional after that game. I don't care if Gregg Berhalter is best buddies with every single person on this team. I really could give two shits if they are friends. Carly Lloyd said it after the game. They hated their coaches and they still won tournaments. They still won World Cups and they hate their coach. The United States loves their coach and they're best friends and have been best friends for 5 years now, and they haven't won shit apart from 2 Gold Cups and Nations Leagues. Congratulations on that, by the way. That's freaking awesome that you're able to do that. The last time the United States beat a freaking team inside the top 15 or 20 in the rankings was freaking 10 years ago. We never do it anymore. Besides Mexico, we can't do it anymore. And now we're getting grouped at Copa America, of all places, on home soil. And I don't want to make it sound like the U.S. deserves to be in this spot. The U.S. deserves to be in the knockout stage. I don't want to put that out there and make it sound like the United States has a right to be in the knockout stage. They don't. And that's tournament soccer for you. You play like shit, you win shit prizes. That's what happens. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. That's exactly what the U.S. did. But come on, man. The United States has no reason not to be here. They are too damn talented to be doing this. We brought it up in the Panama preview. With the player pool that the United States has at their disposal, with all the players that are across the pond in Europe, there's no reason they should be losing to Panama, even with 10 men. Even with. You look at Canada versus Chile. Chile got a red card. Did Chile just automatically sit back? No, because they needed a result. They needed to get something out of that game. The United States is like, well, we're drawing 1-1 right now. Might as well just pull all of our players off at halftime and then just sit with a back line. And then guess what? In the 88th minute, bring on Jar Sargent, who again had not played for the United States since the 2022 World Cup, who's not really back to full fitness. He's getting back to that level, but now we're counting on him to get a goal to help bail the United States out of the shit-ass situation which they find themselves in. Everything is too comfortable within this national team setup. Matt Turner said the same thing after the game pretty much. Like, yeah, I think we're in the right spot. I think we're in the right direction. Yeah, you know what? I would defend Gregg Berhalter as much as I would if I was Matt Turner as well too, with how god-awful the distribution is from him in the back. I know goalie, like saving the ball from going to the back, and that's very important. Matt Turner has done a very good job at that throughout his time in the United States as the United States #1 goalkeeper. But there were times in this game against Uruguay where he's calling for the ball and then they play it back to him. He just shot it out of bounds. Like, why did you call for the ball if you're just going to shank it to nobody? And that happened more times than not, and that's been a big problem for Matt Turner as the starting goalie for the U.S. His saving percentage, fine. He saves a bunch of penalties. That's really cool. But man, the defense of this guy is insane. And by this guy, I obviously mean Gregg Berhalter. What have we done? 10 years ago, the United States was in the group of death in the 2014 World Cup, with Germany, who won the damn tournament, and Portugal with a prime Cristiano Ronaldo and a Ghana team that were always super tough. And guess what? The United States made it through the group with Josie Altidore, the #1 striker, popping his hamstring in the first 30 minutes against Ghana in the first game. Like, they had fight. Dempsey as the cat, Tim Howard in net. They had balls. I don't know if this team really has that anymore. Like, sure, it was cool to see Pulisic getting a right in Carrasquella's face when he got red carded in the later stages of the Panama game. Yeah, that was cool. But other than that, they don't seem to really care. Like, it's just like apathy that's around U.S. soccer right now. They're just fine with, going on. And I know it's like, oh, it's tournament soccer. You got to just get results. It's a results-based business and all that stuff. You're okay with drawing against Panama. Like, that's where we're at right now. That is an insane mentality. That is a loser's mentality. The holding up the 1-1 thing and then giving up a goal 5 seconds later. That is a loser's mentality. They shut off. Like, oh, they're drawing now. Now we can shut off. Was it offsides? Yeah. Was the officiating horrific the entire game? Yeah. But guess what? We can bitch and moan about the officiating all we want in this game. The United States didn't create shit. They had expected goals of, I think, 0.3, maybe 0.5. You couldn't even register above 1 for that game when you had most of the possession early on. Like, you couldn't do anything in that game? Really? And you're going to try and point fingers at the referee? Like, Balian, the best player of the United States for this tournament. Ironically, the person who's been around the national team the least, I don't have the exact numbers, but it feels like that. At least some of the main starters. He's the one who seemed like he cared the most at everybody. Like, it sucked seeing him come off before halftime because Pepe was a non-factor the entire game. I almost forgot the United States had 11 players on the field when Pepe got brought on. But it was just a shit show. Like, as much as we want to sit here and bitch and moan at the refs, that's fine and dandy. You can do that. You're entitled to do that as a fan. But this team is a mess. The Federation's a mess. This is a failure. A complete and utter failure. Like, it's a shit show. That's the only way I could put it, because that's just how I feel right now. Like, it looked like they were really going for it in the first half, and then it just wasn't there in the second half. For whatever reason. It was just... It sucks. It really does suck. And I hope that there is at least some change that comes of this. I know the U.S. Soccer Federation, they love themselves a Gregg Berhalter, so expecting them to fire him and find someone that's better than him, good luck. I mean, we had this whole drawn-out process after the 2022 World Cup, and we ended up hiring Gregg Berhalter anyways. If the plan was to find somebody that's exactly like Gregg Berhalter, why did we take so long to actually hire somebody? I don't really care who it was. They just need to get something different in there. He's not it. The in-game adjustments aren't there. His tactical brain is not there. Cool. Again, I love that he sits outside with Tyler Adams and doesn't talk anything soccer. I don't know if that's outside of the field or on the field. I mean, you could watch the games. It might be both, actually. If the United States cannot qualify for this group, I don't care if he's your best friend. No one's doing it. There's not one person who can actually sit there and defend. Even Pulisic, who's been Gregg's main guy for months, for years now, since Gregg Berhalter got handed the keys to the United States Soccer Federation after doing shit at club level. Really, did absolutely nothing. Even Pulisic was like, we'll have to wait and see. And I like that, but still, it's not good enough. It's not. Change needs to be had. And what's cool about today, because I'm sitting here on July 3rd. Obviously, the 4th of July is tomorrow. I'm not going to post this on the 4th because, we're going to be partying and all that. This will be coming out on Friday for you. So we'll already know what happens in the Argentina game, but maybe something happens on the 4th of July. But what was cool about today was that we saw the biggest supporter groups in regards to the United States speaking out about the whole Gregg Berhalter situation and where the direction of the national team is going. Like, starting off with the American Outlaws, their statement read as this: as the largest U.S. soccer supporter group, we take our role as the voice of fans seriously. With that responsibility, we have a duty to make sure we take our time, do the work, and get it right. We are here with you. U.S. soccer must make a head coaching change. And here's their full statement as a whole. As the largest supporter group in the U.S. soccer national soccer teams, we love our national teams and will always show our support for them in the stands, in hundreds of communities across the country, and above all else, in our hearts. There needs to be accountability and a plan to move forward for the U.S. men's national team. It's time to take a change in the head coach position. Our Copa America is over too soon. It was a moment to show progress in the United States men's national team aspirations, create thousands of lifelong new fans, and build energy ahead of the World Cup in communities nationwide. We will always be passionately supporting the players and can see this team's full potential. As an organization, we have heard from our members and chapter leaders that the U.S. men's national team needs change. American soccer fandom is ready to reach levels we've never seen before, but we continue to miss opportunities. Every game isn't about the result. It's an opportunity to capture America's attention and build an everlasting bond between new fans and the team. It's an opportunity to compel new fans to put on the game and lasting fans to share the team with others. But change is necessary. To prepare to compete at the home World Cup, we cannot miss this incredible chance to create lasting impact on the game of soccer in this country, and we feel that a new head coach is an important step at this point. That is from the American Outlaws. Like, that's a massive thing. Like, you might sit there and say it's just a supporter group. It's not nothing. Let's just put it out there. It's not nothing. And then another group, Barra 76, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize. This is another big-time supporters group for the United States. They also put out a statement in regards to Gregg Berhalter's situation. We at Barra 76 are deeply concerned with the current state of the national team under Gregg Berhalter. Despite our unwavering support and dedication to U.S. soccer, we have witnessed countless disappointing performances, a lack of progress that falls short of our expectations and potential. The inability to motivate and develop the team has left us questioning its direction. As passionate supporters, we demand change. Sorry, I had the mouse in the way. To invigorate our team's competitive edge and inspire pride amongst the fans. We believe replacing Gregg Berhalter as head coach of the USMNT is essential to revitalizing our national team strategy and achieving the results our players and supporters deserve. Additionally, we call on U.S. soccer to prioritize transparency, accountability, and fan input in its decision moving forward. We are at a pivotal point in this country and this program with the 2026 World Cup looming. It is imperative that swift action is taken to address these concerns and restore faith in U.S. soccer. We urge the Federation to commit the highest standards in performance and success for the future of our beloved national team. This ain't nothing. Like I said, this ain't nothing. Now, obviously, replacing Gregg Berhalter is fun on paper, but who are like the people that can actually replace? You got to have options here. And remember, the U.S.'s big thing was that, they have to speak English. They have to speak, that's the main thing here. They had to be able to speak English, which, whatever, but there's options out there. Obviously, the main one a lot of fans have been turning to is Jurgen Klopp. Even Tim Howard today was like, I could convince Jurgen Klopp to do this. Because apparently the only two jobs he'll be considering, per reports, Lord knows if this is true or not, but the only things that he is considering right now is the German national team job and the United States men's national team job. Again, Lord knows if that's true or not, but I don't think Julian Nagelsmann's leaving anytime soon as the head coach of the German national league, given how they are performing so far in the Euros. Now, change is needed. And Jurgen Klopp, if he's the guy, even though I'm a Manchester United fan, I would support the move as him becoming the manager of the national team. Now, with Jurgen Klopp, you can also bring in like David Wagner, German-born U.S. international, has 8 caps for the United States men's national team, obviously coached likes of Schalke. But the main thing here, why he connected to Klopp, is because he was Klopp's best man. His Klopp's best man. He worked for him at Borussia Dortmund as well, so he's got experience. He is a free agent right now. So there's another option for you if the United States wants to look for that American for the national team. He'd be one there as well. Another American you look at is Pellegrino Matarazzo. He's over there in Germany as well. Constant theme here, but he's over in Germany at Hoffenheim. Just got him in the 7th place in the Bundesliga. American-born. He did sign a contract in 2023, so I don't know what his long-standing future with the club will be if the United States could be able to prize him away from that. Time will tell, but there's another option for the United States. It may be a little bit less experienced than some of the other options here, but he's someone that could definitely get the fans buzzing again, especially with how he's performing again in the Bundesliga. And then for foreign managers, you got Marcelo Gallardo. Just got fired from He got fired from Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. So he's available. He obviously has a lot of not national team experience, but he has played in the MLS for DC United, managed River Plate for many, many years before going to Saudi. So he's another available option. A lot of fans will be excited by that. Also got the likes of Hugo Perez in there, who I believe said he's not going to be entertaining the option until past 2026, which is similar to what Jesse Marsh said when he was in talks to get the United States men's national team job before going up to Canada. So we'll see there. And obviously there's going to be people that are like, oh, Thierry Henry, who has expressed interest on managing the United States men's national team in the past. And then you also got Patrick Vieira, who's managed over the MLS as well. Like, there's options. Jim Curtin for Philadelphia Union has been a guy that's constantly been linked to the United States job, though he's been he's been extremely loyal to the Philadelphia Union. But the main guy that I want to turn to for the United States is Hervé Renard. He's a French manager, current manager of the French women's team. His contract is done after the 2024 Olympics. This is a guy that has a ton of international experience. You see the likes of, he brought Ivory Coast, winning the Africa Cup of Nations in 2015, and then beat Ivory Coast in 2012 with Zambia. Zambia has an African Cup of Nations final. He also brought Morocco to their first World Cup in 2018 since 1998. He got Saudi Arabia to the World Cup in 2022, while also getting them 3 points against Messi, the eventual champions, Argentina, in the first game of the tournament, which got people scratching their heads on how good Argentina really was. Obviously, they ended up getting grouped in that tournament, but still, the fact they were able to get points against Argentina is damn impressive, especially given the talent pool that Saudi Arabia has. He speaks English as well, which is very important for the United States Soccer Federation, seemingly, in hiring this new manager. But Renard would be my main guy moving forward. The international experience is there. The international success is there, which is something Gregg Berhalter, again, never had, even at club level. And you know what? He speaks English. Positive, and he'll be a free agent after the Olympics. That would be the dream move. Obviously, I think a lot of people's other dream move would be like Zinedine Zidane or something like that, or Pep Guardiola, but those are not realistic options. I love people throwing around these options, but they're just not realistic. Renard, I feel, is a realistic option. I think like also Steve Cherundolo could be an option there as well. Obviously, one of the most capped players in the United States, especially at the right back position, arguably the greatest right back in the United States men's national team history, next to someone like Serginho Dest or people like that. But there's options. They're not short of options right now. It's just a matter of fact that the United States Soccer Federation can actually, pull the trigger and show some balls and make a aggressive move for the future of the United States men's national team soccer. And I'm tired of hearing the golden generation of U.S. soccer. I made fun of Belgium going to the Euros for their golden generation not doing anything. They got to the third place in the 2018 World Cup. This golden generation of U.S. soccer, let's stop calling it that. Can we stop calling it that, please? If we're going golden generation, we're already looking at the Dempsey, Donovan, Tim Howard one, because those are three of the best players, if not the three best players in the United States men's national team history. Yes, the likes of Pulisic, McKinney, Adams, those are great players. Giovanni Reina, in regards to natural talent, yes, they are that, but they're not getting results. I remember the United States going to the Confederations Cup in 2009 and getting a result against Spain. Spain that just won the Euros. Spain that was going to go on to win the 2010 and 2010 World Cup and the 2012 Euros. They won 3 tournaments in a row, and the United States knocked them out of the Confederations Cup before losing to Brazil in the final, but they put up a fight. They had fight. Every single team, every one of those teams had fight. They missed the 2018 World Cup, but that 2014 season with the group of death again, getting out of there, putting on a hell performance against Belgium, ironically, before getting knocked out by them, but I just want to see that again. I'm tired of this, we're okay with a draw. We just need to see this game out. Let's put on a defender. Let's put on a midfielder. Let's go back 5. Let's do all this stuff. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm done. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick weren't best friends. They did pretty well for themselves. I know it's a different sport, but still. There's just got to be changes made. The direction's got to change because this is an important time for U.S. soccer. The most important time in U.S. soccer's history, and I hope change is made. The change might be made before this video even comes out. Who the hell knows, but I guess time will tell on that. But I've been Logan Blackman. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I sincerely apologize. We'll try to be better next time. Make sure to check out our Copa America predictions to see how we did. I'll link that down in the description below at the end of the video as well. Hopefully change is made. Sucks that we're in this situation. I wanted to do a preview for the upcoming game, which would probably have been against Colombia, which the United States probably would have lost anyway, so maybe this is... I don't know. Sucks. Really sucks. But we move, hopefully. And, I will see you guys later. Peace.